stealth mission with the Ant-Man minus militia. We're tracking this picker. We've been on this page streak for a month now. We've been tracking these guys. I think we finally got them. We gotta be real quiet here. Alright. I'll show you guys where he is in position. I got Mojo back in the face to Boulder. These guys, they came in here illegally with the glacier thousands of years ago. They snuck in. They think because it's cold, we're not going to be out here tracking them. But we're going to get them. They're right over there. I see that there's a picker sitting right up on the inside of that bend up there. He's hiding out behind that boulder. Let me call in Mojo. Ant-Man to Mojo. Ant-Man to Go Wolf. Backup just arrived. I say we move on this picker now, before he starts moving. If he gets trapped at any bedrock cracks, we're gonna have to call in the sniper. Let's just get this guy, bag him, put him in the box, get him in a vial where he belongs. Over. Yep, shake and bake, baby. Alright guys, we're gonna move in on this guy now. We're gonna take him out, we're gonna get him in the box. Alright, bring it back on. Alright, so I had to go back down to the car. I forgot my breakfast, so just walking back into where I'm digging, and I figured I'd walk down and show you guys some spots where gold will likely be. And as we get further up towards the top of the bottom of the mountain, if you got that, I'll show you where some old river channels will be and where those deposits will be. So as we're walking here, this here we got a bunch of trees that had fallen down. Now last time I was here, this was all built up underneath that tree. And after the last storm, if you can see, the bank has cut out right there. There was a lot of water pressure coming down, hitting this wall. It's coming back and hitting this, and it blew this out. Now, down around that big rock, everything has kind of sloughed down around it. Up top there is only going to be the heaviest stuff that didn't move, and then maybe a little bit of overburden. So that'd be a good spot to check. Now all right in here, this would be a good spot. All right in and along this bank, because where the bank was down at the bottom is where the best gravels would be. Now it's exposed on the side, it'll be easier to dig. As you can see, there's a big hole here. I had dug behind this tree. I got some good gold out of there. You can see what the water does. It's coming down around this bend here, and it goes straight in and hits that wall, and it's chewing that wall out, and then sends the water back this way. Now right here, this other big tree have just fallen down here now. Same thing, the water's coming flying in off of this straightaway here. It comes flying in here and hits that wall. And it's chewing this wall out. You know, it's undercut under the bank right there. That's a good spot to look. And dig into the bank, but you can dig along the side of it. And the water's kind of foggy right now because I'm actually running. I just ran my first bucket up top there. So there's quite a bit of clay in here now. But usually you can see in here, this is the same situation as down at that other tree. You get a big jam here. You can see there's a little bit of a gravel bank that was started there. And as stuff came, it blew this out and dropped stuff down. Stuff's going to get trapped right in this pocket right down here. Alright, now we're backing up here, so I want to show you something. See this wall here? About 15 years ago or so, there was a big storm, and it pushed the river. It had so much pressure coming down, it used to turn and come this way. It pushed the river that way into the bank. way up and around the corner where I'm set up kind of now. And it changed this river flow. Now this is a spot that this is what you want to be looking for, because as you can see, there's water in here. I've done some digging in here. This is all the same gravels is over in the river. This is where the old channel was, coming right down in through here. These are the spots that you want to try to find. It's going to be harder to dig because of all the overgrowth and all the other stuff that's falling down. But the harder the dig spot, usually the better the gold. If you're digging and it's easy, you probably want to move. Same thing here. You get another high bench here. The river used to be all in here before. Okay? And it pushed over here now. Now, right here, on this inside bend, there's a gravel bar that starts. The water comes around that corner, hits that bank, it swirls, it's pushing this stuff up into a bank right there in the middle. Now there's a channel that runs down along this side. That would have been the low pressure zone. So right down in here, I've been digging up and along that and getting good gold all summer. Those gravel bars will have gold in them, but it's probably going to be down towards the bottom of it. Most likely around here there's not that much gold, so it's not going to be very plentiful. So I wouldn't waste too much time on something like that, except for at the very start of it or at the very tail end of it. And if you look, there's a big mound right here. Okay, I just punched a hole in about 4 feet right here and took a bucket. I got down to the old river gravels that I was down in and around this quartz boulder here. This was the outside of the old river channel. It's an ancient stream bed here. This is the outside over here. This was more towards the middle of where this river was turning and going back down along this bank here, like I just showed you. So that was a gravel bar. Now if you look, this is the material that's coming out of it. I just got down to the clay down there. So, that's one thing you want to look for. You want to look for these large boulder lines off of the side of the river. And those are usually where low pressure points were in the old stream bed, because the river used to be up here before. And then over time it's been cutting down and going this way. Right? Stuff like this, where you've got stream coming in, it's hitting that bank, it's pushing back this way, there's a tree down there. That spot there used to be built up. In my last video I was out here, I was digging in over there and getting some good gold. That whole pocket has now been pushed and washed away with this last storm. So I bet you there's some good gold deposited right back in there. Right here where my sluice box is set up, there's 3 huge boulders in a line. These boulders were coming down from the steep part of the mountain here. This is where it widens out, everything was straightening out, and there's big rock lines jamming up. I'll bring you up top too and show you another case of that. Same thing over in here. Over and along this edge, on the other side of this hump, this was an old gravel bar in the middle of the old ancient stream bed. On that side was the low pressure zone. It'd be a good spot to dig. You can kind of see the top of my old hole here. This went down about 2 feet, 3 feet. Now everything is going to be raging, hitting this big rock there, and it's going to be getting really turbulent here and coming through, so stuff's going to drop out way up here on the edge. Now if you look where I'm standing here, this is all sand. There's not going to be anything in this sand. It's all worthless time to be digging. Even down over in here, probably wasting your time. Up here in a spot here where it's such a steep canyon on both sides, the water's moving very fast. It's only going to be dropping out on these very edges. So if you notice, there's some larger, you can't really tell because of all the leaves, but there's some larger rocks built up in a line right there. And then it drops and there's larger gravel, not really large, but bigger rocks here. And as you get down where I was digging, the rocks got bigger. So that's another good spot to look for and dig. Now, over here, we're getting up closer to where the bottom of the top of the mountain is. So I'm at the start of an alluvial fan right here. Alright. Now this was a big, huge clay deposit that was in one of my other videos. That rock was actually in that wall. It sloughed out. That's all straight clay right there, hard clay. There's some gravels backed up right in here. Like if you look, there's some big rocks. And there's a bank right there. At one point, the river was flowing there and came through and dumped into here. And it jammed up with rocks, which backed up the water and forced it to go back up and around. Now that big hump there was the inside of the old channel originally, back when the glacier first was melting and depositing stuff. You see here, you got the big hump, another hump in the middle there, so if you duck down in there, that's going to be good gold. It's a big steep hill here, so the water was flowing in, coming down and out, right? You got to look at stuff like this because the river changes a lot every time there's a big event, and then back then there was lots going on. The channels were all over the place. Now if you notice, we got another big huge rock line here. Big rock, big rock, big rock. People always ask me, well not always, but I'm getting some questions, and some of my buddies are always like, you're always digging right in the middle of the water in the heavy flow and you get all this good gold. How are you doing that? Why are you digging in the middle? The bigger stuff is going to be dropping out in the middle. The lighter gold and the smaller gold is going to drop out on the sides and on the corners. There's another hole here. Some really good gold came out of there, right behind that big rock. Okay? It's a good shot of it right here. You get a bank here, a dip, a bank, a dip, a bank. This was the old corner. Huge old corner at the alluvial fan. First corner. The river was way up there before, up top. As it changed, it pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. Okay, so this is an outside corner here. That was the original outside corner. So if you dig on the other side of this bank, it's going to be the original inside corner. Same on the other one. Okay, this is the stuff you got to be looking for when you're trying to find these old deposits, especially in areas like where I am, where there's not too much gold. I mean, there is, but it's really hard to get, and you got to really work for it. You lose a lot of material. Same thing up here. There's an old bench right here. Comes in around the corner. This is, we'll walk back through where I said that. Look at, somebody was over here digging. That's not me. Somebody's definitely been out here digging. If you guys are watching this, this is private land, so don't come out on this property, please, because the people are very nice, and they've had problems with people coming on their land before and digging, so I hope that this isn't from somebody watching my videos. You know, I'm not the type of person to call the police at all for anything, but if I catch you out here, I have to. I told the landowner that I would. So please don't be doing stuff like this, because I didn't do that. And me and one other person are the only people that are supposed to be out here digging. If you came out here, you literally walked past 4 or 5 signs. Alright, well, back to the gold. This is the other inside channel here. It wraps around back over to where I'm working. It's alright. I hope that gives you guys a little bit of info. I'm going to get back to running that kicker we were tracking down this morning on Operation Ice Cold Gold got away. Got sniped into some bedrock and I couldn't get him. The sniper took a shot and missed him. But we're holding his buddies. We got a couple of his buddies in holding already. So we're gonna pry him for information. We're gonna find out where all the mother load's hanging out. I'm gonna send in the recon high banker. Take him out. Alright. Shake and bake, baby. Sit here and talk and run the bucket for a minute. I got some little bit of news coming on. I gotta get out of this area for good. I want to move my family down to one warmer climate so I can my regular job I can do year round, and then I want to get out to where I can actually have a claim. You can't have claims in New England, and I'd like to get on an actual claim and be able to work it and see if I can. I do pretty well here, and if I could make at least $300 a day and make more than I would make if I'm doing concrete, I could do this full time, and I kind of want to do mining full time, whether it's just mining and doing other things as well. Alright, so now this is the easiest loose. I don't have the gold hog mats in it now. I got it back to the original riffles and moss. And I brought it along just because I wanted to just drop material, and I mean it pushes the big rocks right out. But I'm curious to see if it's going to catch any gold. Material's bouncing around in there, it's clearing out. It's running good. Take some of these big rocks out. Some of the rocks still getting hung up in there. know why people do this. Leave a comment at the bottom if you were one of these people that likes to just do this. And I think that you're losing a lot of gold by doing this. Alright, I gotta cut this trip short. I only had time to run 2 buckets. Well, 1.5 really. One from the hole in the woods and then one from the corner over there. I don't see anything too crazy, but I do see a piece of gold right there. There we go. So I know there's gold in the box. This sluice here, the easy sluice, is what I was just shoveling directly into. I don't see anything in it, but could be underneath the moss. A bit of black sand's built up. If this was up at the spot in Vermont where I run, there would have been that much black sand just in one handful, literally. And that was from a bucket, so. Alright, I'm going to dump this stuff out, pan it out real quick, and see if we got anything other than that one speck. Which I wouldn't be surprised, because we're not in the richest area. But I just wanted to come out and do one last trip out here before I move away. I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. Hopefully I give you some helpful tips on finding old river gravels and high benches and bars and what to look for. Thinking outside the creek. And yeah, I got some fun stuff coming up this next Thanksgiving Day weekend. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. I'm going to be staying up in Vermont for 3 days, and I'm going to be doing a sluice off. I got some green mats coming. I'm going to run a controlled test with a few grams of gold through the hog mats and the green mat. And I'll probably end up raffling away. Not raffling away, but giving away the mat. It's probably going to be one of the mats that's inside that easy sluice. So it's only a 6-inch mat, I think. Alright, I'm going to dump this stuff out, pan it, see what we got, and get out of here. I'm going to check out a few other locations on the way home. Hope you guys had fun today. Please like and share this with your friends. And please subscribe. You know, I try to make these fun. Trying to give you guys some info. Help you guys out. Alright, see you in a few minutes. Alright guys, I just finished panning. This place never seems to amaze me. I only ran 1.5 buckets. I was just purely coming out here to make a video for you guys. We're in Massachusetts, there's not very much gold to be had, unless you move a lot of material. I mean, I'll sometimes come here and move 60, 100 buckets. And I've had cleanouts that aren't even really this good, and I only ran 1.5 buckets. You want to see the gold? Alright. Got a couple little micros up there in the top left. A couple nice chunkies in there too. I mean, for 1.5 buckets in Massachusetts, I'm pretty happy. Can't all be huge cleanouts, right? Alright, fellas and ladies. I will see you on the next video up in Vermont at the best spot I got before I head out west for good. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's little video. And share this with your friends. Get me some more subscribers. We get up to 500 and 1,000. If that ever happens, it'll take a long time, I'm sure, but if it ever does, I'll be doing something special for you guys, for sure. Especially now that I'm working with Gino. Maybe there'll be some nuggets in the future. Nugget giveaway. If I get out onto a claim in Arizona, I know I'll be hitting some good nuggets. Excuse me. And I'm gonna do something special for you guys. I think the leaders, not the followers, deserve something. Backfilled my holes over there. Gonna be getting out of here, saying goodbye to Upper Couch Brook, private land, alluvial fan. Hope you guys learned some information about finding ancient stream beds and what to look for the deposits when they were dropping their low pressure zones. And I hope to see you guys at my next video. Another thing you gotta look out for right here. Going down the road, this is one of these little feeders coming out of the mountain. You can see the little depression here. Look at that big hole. There was so much water coming out of the valley. It came down and burst this open. It's all river gravel. Well, what would be in the river at some point. And take some of this home. This is another good spot right here. Get an inside corner coming around. We got all that bedrock right there. Right on the inside bend. Like big huge riffles. It's a quartz vein running through there. Break apart all those pieces right there. There's all gravel inside there. See them running right across the river right there? See all the water's pushing over it? Any gold that was traveling on that inside corner in the low pressure zone was coming up and over all this stuff and getting trapped in all those. I've worked this area pretty good before. Right down in there where those big sheets are. The big pool. I got a nice picker out of there. And then right there, and that bunch. And then down around that corner by that big boulder, forward on the inside there, and dug out in there, got some good gold out of there too. And the heavy flow, the water kept going straight and went over this way. And it made a little waterfall over here. So we can get over to it. All the stuff was riding up along this rock here. This big flat rock. And dropping off behind. Right back in there. And you can see the gravel goes up. So there was so much water pressure it was coming down and then pushing the stuff up. Comes down, drops in, pushes it up. So the heavy stuff's going to drop out right there, and then as the water dies down, stuff's just going to drop there.